Find a seat that feels comfortable to you, okay? So check into how that is in your body. Like, not the right way or the wrong way, but just find a seat that feels good and comfortable to you.
Like we could sit here for 3 hours.
3 hours. Totally. And take a moment to notice where your feet are, how your legs are, your hips, your sits bones, maybe your rib cage. Can you feel your back on your chair? Do you feel your shoulders? Are they rounding forward? Are they back? Again, not right or wrong, just being in your body. Notice your head and kind of the placement of your head. Eyes can be open or closed as you take this scape, this internal knowing of where you are, how your body is, how it is placed, how it is stacked. I have a quote I want to share with you guys as you are connecting with yourself. Go inside and listen to your body. Because your body will never lie to you. Your mind will play tricks. But the way you feel in your heart, in your guts, is the truth. The way you feel in your heart and in your guts is the truth. We've known this for forever, as we have used short little sayings. I have a pain in my neck. I feel that in my gut. Can you sense that? Tension, headache. We use things like this to bring us into the truth of our bodies. Yet, so often we find ourselves, even now, stay present with your body. What does that feel like in your body? Not so much what I'm saying, be present with your body. Can you feel your bottom on your seat? Can you feel your feet on the ground? Can you feel your spine? Do you feel the vertebra compressed? Some of you may feel more compression in your lower part of your spine. Does your neck, your shoulders, do they feel like that they are connected? Is there space? Now here's the invitation. In the seat that we normally sit, the one that we have familiarized ourselves with, could there be patterns? Could there be habits? Could there be ways of being that might create constriction? That might create tension in our system? And don't forget, we're talking guts, so our body, and we're talking heart, so not only just our body, but our minds and our emotions and our spirit as well. So now take a breath, maybe shake it just a little, wiggle, and see, investigate, notice how or if you can move, shift, adjust a little or a whole lot to find more space. Space that will then invite relaxation. So some of you might need to start at your feet and go up incrementally. Feet, maybe even toes. Until I really started working inside my body and listening, I had grips in my toes so much. Are my toes relaxed? My knees, my hips? Is there ways to move my tailbone behind me that then creates a little bit more access to length through the sides of my body, up my spine? What happens if I'm too far forward with my body and my head? Does it close off anything in the front? What happens if I go back? Does my trapezius muscle, this big muscle right here, does it have to work harder to try to keep your head from falling behind you? So either eyes closed or settled in front of you. Take about 5 breaths deep into your belly and wiggle your way into relaxation, creating these spaces that might be constricted or tense, even our lower abs. Most of us have spent a lot of our time holding our belly in. And in that state, what does it do to the capacity to be able to breathe into our body? What does it do to the ability to relax and contract the muscles of our belly? What does it do to the stability of our torso? So 3 more breaths, and I'm going to be quiet during these breaths. Wiggle a lot or a little. Notice, can you find more space? If you feel your vertebra touching. Before you open your eyes or shift your gaze, is there any way to create more space in your body by softening your jaw, relaxing your tongue, softening your eyes in their sockets or the gaze that you are seeing with? What about the space between your ears? And in this space, can you breathe in through your nose? Bring it down like you're blowing a balloon up from the bottom up. And exhaling, everything hugging and sucking back in towards your center. Now from this spacious place, can you breathe in again? Inhaling, belly forward, sides out, back out. Maybe even beginning to think about top and bottom expanding. And as you exhale, everything hugging and sucking back in towards your center. 3 more breaths exactly that way, and play with counting. Expand to 4 or 5, exhale to 5 or 6. No rush. Is there any collapsing that has happened? Adjust if you need to find your space again. finishing up with a big, huge inhalation. And a long, slow exhalation. Let your eyes slowly open. Before you move your head, take in the room. The top, the ceiling, look around. Then the ground. Gaze to the right, to the left, looking down, out, a little closer to your nose. Then looking over to the right. Up and down as your eyes gaze to the right. Maybe even circle a little. And to the left. See if there's tension. Soften. I feel my jaw. Up and down and around. And then to close this particular practice, take your gaze without moving your head. Note any tension or contraction in your body. Hands, feet, neck, jaw, tongue. And circle the eyes all around. Taking your gaze close and far. And then going the other direction. And slowly spiraling it back to center. Pause. With a big inhalation, let your arms float up overhead. Expand, expand, expand. And as you exhale, hug, suck everything back together. And can you get a little taller? There you go. Inhale, this time try to yawn. Reach those fingers far from your body. And exhale. Then placing your hands right on your lap. Take a moment. Feel, experience. If there's any shifting or changing inside your heart, mind, your guts, your body. Notice if you like it, if you don't, if you feel something new. All right, this is class 4 of the winter series. And today we are going to focus on the necessity of contraction, tension, and relaxation. And why it is so vital. Some call it sun, moon, light, shadow, but the necessity that we are aware of it and the balance that seasons, winter being one, brings. So winter being stronger, connected to the relaxation, the moon, the softening of the light, the less intense, accessing that. So as you take your arm out in front of you, move from your shoulder, collarbone, back here, shoulder blades, move your arm out and away from your body. Hug those muscles to your bones all the way so that your fingertips, imagine you were like a superhero, and you were shooting things out the ends of your fingers. So, okay, hug, 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 hug those muscles to the bones. Can you feel it under here? Can you feel it here? Can you feel it around, all the way down? Can you grab a hold? This is hard for me, but can you grab a hold of your forearm? Hug that forearm. Let it go and feel that forearm hugging to the muscles. Can you feel your fingers now hugging to their bones? Bones, 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 bones. Contraction, contraction, contraction. Contraction. Take a big breath. And on your exhale, let your arm come down to your lap or by your side and release. feeling the difference even right now between your two sides? What do you notice? What do you feel? Lopsided, absolutely. Does one feel a little bit more maybe relaxed or connected to oneself than the other? Weird. Our brains are crazy cool. So, if we are trying to gain strength, right, and we were to only contract all the time, we actually are creating damage in the muscle and using way too much energy. So if I want to gain strength, put a 5-pound weight in my hand, and I'm trying to work on my bicep, if I just contract it all the time, all day long, the bicep muscle actually would become like tonic, and then I would go to try to straighten my arm. I would have no range, I would have no capacity in that muscle. The beauty of the seasons is the invitation to the relaxation. So in the strength building, you let it go and relax. And from that state, when you pull back up that weight and contract, then the muscle begins to build stability and strength and capacity. But if we just stayed relaxed the whole time, we would lose strength, stability, and capacity. So it's this beautiful play. So now take your arms and begin to play with that action. Feel the contraction of the bicep, and then when you relax the bicep muscle, the pipeline muscle, what happens to the back of the arms? They contract. So you have this beautiful yin and yang action in our bodies. You have the fronts of your thighs, your quadriceps, and your hamstrings. Quadriceps, when they are contracted, hamstrings have to be way more relaxed. So as we begin to think about the invitation, so we can look at it super micro, minute by minute, every breath we take, when we inhale, our diaphragm contracts. When we exhale, our diaphragm relaxes. So this is indicated all through our days, our years, our life. And if we have places in our lives that we ignore this action, anybody have seasons where they didn't do one or the other? Heat, contract, relax. Maybe they just move, contract. Anybody have that season? Yeah. In that season when it was all said and done, how easy was it for you to find relaxation? It wasn't at all, right? Your body's like, I know what to do. I got it. So today's class is going to be a play of contraction and relaxation. Contraction and relaxation. So take your other hand out in front of you. Remember, start from the inside. Move down your arm as you bring it out, whoop, in front of you. So you're actually feeling action from your chest, from your shoulder blade, down your arm, down your forearm, into your wrist and out your fingers, okay? Now, hug those muscles into the bone. Hug, 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 all the way down. You may find it easy to hug around the shoulder because those muscles are super big. Bring it down, bicep, tricep, a little harder. Around your elbow, down into your forearm, a little harder maybe. And then the muscles onto the bones of the hand. Can you get there? Contract, contract. Now, can you loosen the rest of your body? Contract, contract. Jaw, bottom. Don't forget, wrist, fingers, muscles to bone, muscles to bone. Take a full breath, keep it, muscles to bone. On your next inhale, big belly, full. Exhale, release, soften, bring your hand to your lap or down by your side. Notice any sensations. It may not just be in your hand. You might feel a gentle release in other places. I often feel that in my frontal lobe. Right in the front of my brain where I think too much. Open the jaw. Big, wide. And let it go. Before we put this into specific action, we're going to do the whole body, okay? Now, you each have your own capacity. Take this to just your capacity. Your heart's capacity is your own. If you feel like, oh, my heart isn't super strong, then go just as deep as you want to go in this next practice. It's called pandiculation. And it brings our body and mind into the awareness of contraction and relaxation. When I'm working on people, if they have a muscle that I cannot manipulate to relax, they cannot manipulate to relax, this particular practice will actually create space in the tension when you invite relaxation, better than anything I've ever done. So if you have a tight back, if you have a tight shoulder, if you have a tight head, a thought, you can use this practice to invite winter into that space and be present with it. So we're going to access as many muscles as we possibly can, okay? So that means the little muscles here, the muscles down your neck, down your back, down your legs, down your, all around your knees, all of them. Tongue, eyes, and we're gonna contract them collectively, okay? Then you get to choose. When you feel like this is your maximum, I guess, capacity, then on an exhale, with the relaxing of your diaphragm, let all your muscles go, okay? Do it one time. I'm not gonna cue because everyone's breath's different. So on your inhale, access as many muscles as you possibly can. And on your exhale, let it go. Then take a couple of just regular, normal breaths for your body. Sense of recovery, time to notice. I'm going to invite 3 times for you to do this, with the pause in between, noticing what you're feeling, noticing if there are places that are tight and are not responding to the relaxation. See if you can give them permission to get just a little tighter, and then release. So begin when you're ready. Tighten the muscles on the inhale. Don't forget your bottom and your toes, fingers. Belly. Notice if there's any part of you that you forgot. Lower abs, lower back, middle back, shoulder blades. Invite them all. And when you are finished, take 2 or 3 big belly releasing breaths. Maybe open your mouth on your exhale. This practice can be done sitting, standing. It can be done body part by body part. It can be done as a whole. Lots and lots of choices that you have. Now, notice. Does anyone have anything that they would want to share with the group that they notice after doing that practice?
During the practice, it made me a little lightheaded.
Totally. It made Dad a little lightheaded.
When I went to my head,
Mm-hmm.
it was numb. Is that normal? No, what's normal? That ain't normal here.
I don't know, I haven't had anyone say that before, but the numbness, do you feel like that when you tensioned it and then you let it go, it felt numb? Yeah. It may have just not felt that in a long time. And so in that, the body's trying to reconnect. Play with it this week.
And my feet
Tingled, yes, for sure. So this practice, y'all can see, invites alivedness, right? Like get up and go. And then it invites, and I'm okay, right? Get up and go. And I can release that and let it go. And be okay here. So, yes, the lightheadedness, we don't hold into, like that's tension.
It's like I don't see it.
Yes, tension headaches, belly tension, all these things that are happening because we're here. We're not getting our breath. We're not allowing that relaxation to be a part of our day. So that feeling of not being maybe to capacity when we've held that a little too long, anybody see how that can show up in your life? Right? So the invitation is for us to get really good at doing both. And knowing when it's time to stop one and do the other. Knowing what the body needs. So I'm going to read that quote one more time. This time, you guys can sit and either practice that in your hands, in your feet, while I read this. Contract, relax, contract, relax. You can practice it in your jaw, whatever place in your body that you feel like might need a little bit more muscle memory to let go or tension up. I find that there is so much slack in our body as we have positioned it in such a way. So maybe you need to activate your shoulder blades and say, come online, right? And wake them up. All right, so you pick your part of your body, and I'm gonna read again the quote. Go inside and listen to your body, because your body will never lie to you. Your mind will play tricks, but the way you feel in your heart, in your guts, is the truth. Miguel Ruiz. When you are ready, plant your feet on the ground. We're gonna stand, so if you need to move forward, plant your feet full on the ground. If your block is close, grab your block, put it between your legs. Notice if you're heavy on your toes, if you're heavy on your heels, look for that balance. Squeeze into your block. Can you find the space that you found earlier in your body? take your hands. If you've got access enough to bring them behind your head, do that. If not, then just take your hands to wherever and imagine you were touching the back of your head. Now, press the head into the hands. Can you get taller? And the head into the hands, back and forth, so they're pushing against each other. Bend forward towards your block. Find your feet and pretend you're going to stand. So maybe you lift your bottom up just a little bit. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just imagine. Press the back of your head into your hands when you go to lift. Press the head into the hands when you go to lift. Now come up. Shake your hands out. The next step that we're going to do is we're going to come forward, inhale, pressing, staying connected. Do y'all see how long you keep your spine? Do you see your shoulders away from your ears? Press, press, press. Inhale, and on the exhale, the invitation to lift and possibly stand. If not, and you just hover, that's fine. If not, and you imagine, so come back down. Find the contraction and the relaxation as you play with this another couple of breaths. Inhale, and you stand on your exhale. Press into your feet. Rise. Can you access the back of your body? Now, for those of you who want the next level, when you come to rise, squeeze, press, hug. Then when you come down, squeeze, press, hug, hover. Take a full breath. Otherwise, just keep practicing up and down. Length. You can even bounce. Connect the head and the hands. Find the breath in the belly. And then slowly lower down like your chair is made of glass. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Inhale. Stand on the exhale. Notice the contraction and the relaxation as you squeeze to rise. And we'll all pause the next time you get up. Shake your hands across your chest. Reach back for your shoulder blades. Squeeze your legs together. Then we're going to open it diagonal. Keep your hips forward. Squeeze those legs. Really open across your chest. Can you access this muscle right here? So your arms are being affected that way. If you need to bring your arms to shorter, try that. See how that feels? Woo. Couple more times. And then pause, bring it down. Take the block out. Place it on your chair. Wiggle into your legs. Okay, we're going to come and stand behind our chairs. Okay, step back away from your chair so that you have a 90-degree angle. Use the chair to press deeply. Now press into the chair, find the contraction as you bring your head up and down through your arms. So down as far as it'll go, hang like a hammock, press into your chair, bring it up, look up and out in front of you. Bring it down. Now feel, can you contract into the muscles between your shoulder blades when your head's down? Can you keep that contraction as you look up? Down. Take your breath in. Exhale up. Hugging into the muscles of your arms. 2 more times. Down. Contract those muscles together. You're kind of rotating your armpits out. And up. Down. And up. Walk your feet back towards the chair. Shake. Whew. Anybody find those muscles? You can go diagonal. Okay, here's a new one I'm going to invite. Reach behind you. Some of you are going to be able to find your hands. Others might need to grab your block and have just a little leg. So if you can find your hands or your block and then open your chest. Find length in your spine. Where's your head? Is it forward or back? Can you balance it? And then potentially, can you squeeze and contract, opening up the chest? You can even take the hands down towards the ground. What if you turn your head to the right, to turn your head to the left, over to the right again. Play with the nose up and down. So we're opening up our chest. Finding contraction. Can you feel the contraction in the muscles between your shoulder blades? And release. Balance on your feet. Hips underneath. Feet underneath hips. I don't think we'll edit that. We'll just leave it. Then ribs. You can grab that lower rib. See if you can find your hip point. Can you bring your rib cage so that you are in line? A lot of us, it feels like we're really in the back of our body. Plug in your big toe, your inner heel. Where are your shoulders? And then arms down by your side potentially. Soften your knees. Finding that place that you could stand. What about the muscle between your shoulder blades? Is it aiding you? One more breath here. Notice. And then let it go. All right, this next one that we're gonna do, take your chair, turn it so that you are standing on the right side of your chair. So to the right is the chair back, to the left is nothing. Bad cueing on my part. Okay, with your right hand, you're gonna wanna grab your back of your chair. Okay? So you're standing so that your chair is now in front of your body. Keep going, Agnes. Keep switching it around. You want to stand so that your chair is now in front of your body. Okay, perfect. And then she's going, yes, she's going sideways, which is perfect. Okay, hold the chair take that right leg and possibly lift it onto the chair. If that is not accessible to you today, you can bring your block and just bring it onto your block, whatever height is available. Okay? So, bring your foot on the chair. Now, from there, push. Notice if you have a 90-degree angle. Find your 90. Mama, bring your... Press down, 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 down. All through your foot. Big toe, inner heel, outer heel. Press. Soften the standing leg's knee. Okay? Press. Press, press, press. Contract, contract. Now, notice what the rest of your body is doing. Have you come forward? Have you come back? Are you accessorizing? Can you find that balance, that mountain pose right here? Soften in your knee. Press, press. Now, press down and pull the heel towards you. Anybody feel your hamstring kick on? Perfect. And you're working. So this is what we're doing. Hamstring, quadricep. Hamstring, quadricep. So we're doing two things at one time. Hug the muscles to the bone. Find the length. Now breathe into your belly. If you want to practice balance, you can let go of the chair. Press, pull, play with your arms. You can play with your eyes if that feels a little too weird. Turning your head a little bit. Papa's doing his swing. All right, press down, press down. Grab a hold of the back of the chair. Advanced, if you want to try. Lift. And bring your leg down. Now, green man. I'll turn him on for a second, see if he floats really quick. Access. What about neck? Woo, woo. So this is inviting what? A little winner, a little relaxation. Okay. We have one other side. Switch.
That I collapsed in my back while I was doing all of that.
What a great thing to notice. So pull the top of your head up towards the ceiling to keep this connect. Or you can take your hand, Mom, behind your head and press. So somebody said that they collapsed in their back when they were doing this work, right? And that they felt this deep kind of sit in the back. So you can fix it by creating the action here, so that spinal elongation. Or you can take your hand behind your head and activate your back muscles to keep you engaged there. So try that, see if that helps. Okay, so hand on the back. Remember the standing leg, the knee. Give it a little slack, okay? Now press into the chair. Press, press. And I get the downward action of the press. Can you feel invites the back to slack down? Good. So if you feel that, then you're just doing opposition. You're using the press to lift. There you go. That changed it totally. So press, press, press. Look at your knee and make sure it's 90. Press into the standing leg as well. So we have big toes, inner heels, outer heels, really engaged in your feet. Breathing into your belly. Can you find your belly? Can you find your back on your inhale and exhale? Press, press, press. Now press down and pull that heel towards you. Activate, activate, activate. Squeeze the muscle to bones. Contract, contract. Okay, so you've just been sitting, working on your computer for an hour and a half, and you need to wake up. It would take 5 minutes. Right side, left side. Contract, press, pull. Wake up the muscles. Strengthen. Take a full breath. Maybe you let go and do some balance. Keep the press. If you can keep the press in the pool, you'll feel it. Can you move your head? Yeah. Add the layer, add the layer. Find your breath. Inhale, exhale. When you're ready, grab the back of your chair. Find that stability. Big toe, long through your neck. Grab the back if you need to. Can you lift? And then slowly bring it down. Awesome. All right, a little bit of wiggle. Find your wiggle. If you can't see this on the camera, this is what we're doing. So moving through your body. If your lower back hates this, you can always grab your block, squeeze into it, and wiggle. That keeps the back super stable and protects all that's going on, but you're still finding this awesomeness in your body. Try to do this without smiling. Or try to do it with smiling. Slowly work your way back down. Invitation to sit or stand. If you are standing, find mountain pose. Feet under hips, hips stacked with ribs, shoulders away from ears, long spine, chin tucked just a little bit so the back of your neck can be super long. Can you let your hands fall down by your side? If you notice when we take your hands and you rotate them palm forward, it's going to invite your shoulder blades to gently come on your back, and that's going to give you this back access and stability. Now with a big breath in, eyes opened or closed. Fill the belly, the sides, the back, down the legs, down the arms, to the top of the head, to the soles of your feet. Slowly, with your mouth open, exhale, softening, relaxing, feeling the opposite of tension as you are here. Maybe your hands rotate in, top of your head reaching towards the ceiling. Noticing the connection between the soles of your feet, the top of your head, all the body, the heart, and the mind. As we finish up today, go inside and listen to your body, because your body will never lie to you. Your mind will play tricks, but the way you feel in your heart, in your guts, is the truth. Thanks for coming and playing and opening and expressing and finding contraction and relaxation.